Warriors and Celtics traveled back to Boston on Tuesday, a night after Golden State's 10-point home win in Game 5. Warriors a win away from capturing their 4th title in the last 8 seasons. But the Celtics have faced 3 games with their season on the line this postseason, and they have won those games by an average of 15 per. A big mistake that a lot of people make is they skip leg day. Not us. Huh? You know what we're doing there? Tim Legler joins us on this NBA off day. And Legs, with the benefit of 24 hours to think back to Game 5 from Boston's perspective and look ahead to Game 6, if there's one thing they've got to tighten up to force a 7th game, what is it?
I would say the turnovers, Scott, have been a big factor for them. We've talked a lot about it, but when you lose the turnover battle 18-6 and you give a team that's this good offensively with this number of guys that can hurt you that many more opportunities, you're just not giving yourself a legitimate chance to win the game. So they've got to have ball security for sure in a Game 6 at home. And then I just think they need a splash game out of one of these role players. We've seen it throughout the playoffs. They certainly didn't get it the other night. Derek White, Al Horford, Marcus Smart, one of those guys has to have a 16, 18, 20-point night to help supplement what Tatum and Brown are going to give you.
And in Tatum's case, and this is perhaps nitpicking, but I don't think so. If you're an absolute superstar, you got to play like an absolute superstar to win a title, right? And if you agree with that, what would be a reasonable critique of his performance to date in the finals?
Well, I think 2 things you can look at. First, Scott, he's shooting 30% on 2-point shots. So when you look at all these games, there are a number of plays throughout the game. He is just not finishing plays at the rim the way that he did in the regular season, the way that he did in the Milwaukee series, the way we're used to seeing him finish as he's risen here to all-league status. He's got to do a better job of converting those, plain and simple. He shot decent from the perimeter, from the 3-point line, but his mid-range, and in particular his drives and finishes against a small Golden State team, has not been good enough at the basket. So I think for me, that's one, and then he just has to have a signature game. Scott, you think about it. We've played 5 games in this series. He's first team all-league. And he has not been the main topic of conversation in a good way after any of these games. So he has got to have one of those moments, and certainly no better time than getting that done on Thursday night when they desperately need it. He needs to be the focal point and the headline coming out of one of these games. And I think Game 6, if he doesn't, it'll guarantee them a chance to have a winner-take-all situation on Sunday in the Bay.
And Tim, I feel like a lot of folks just believe, whether it's Boston's being a really good team or being at home or because the league wants it, wink, wink. I think a lot of folks think there's a 7th game on Father's Day. But if Golden State is going to prove that that's not the case and they're going to win Game 6, how do they do it?
They've got to withstand gut punches. I mean, Boston that place is going to be hype. We know that. We know what their defense is capable of in that building. They've got to withstand those 8-0, 10-0 type runs in the first half. If Golden State can keep this to a 1-possession game inside 3 or 4 minutes in the 4th quarter, I think they end this thing and they win it all and they win their 4th championship in the Steph Curry era. I think Boston's best chance is you better be outside of striking distance with 3-4 minutes to go, because I think Golden State has more guys I trust down the stretch. So if you're Steve Kerr, let's keep it close, withstand those big runs, and give ourselves a chance with guys that have been in that moment before. If they can't do that, they know they've got Game 7 in their back pocket going back home.
Yeah, but that invites who knows what, right? It could turn into one of those Golden State games where no one can score and then it gets stolen in the end, man. If you're Golden State, you don't want to mess around with that. Try to end it on Thursday. Tim, you'll be here with us in D.C. then. I look forward to breaking things down and chatting with you then, all right?
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.